So I was just out here minding my own business, trucking along, doing my thing, you already know, when all of a sudden, the Orlando Magic GM gave me a call. And look at the trade suggestion that he offered. Nikola Vucevic and Ben Gordon in exchange for Will Bynum, Kelly Olynyk, and a 2016 first round draft pick. And of course I had to say yes to that trade. This dude must be on drugs because look at what we got. We got a center who can easily score 20 and 10 in this league in exchange for two players coming off the bench for my Boston Celtics. But apparently our fans seem to universally hate the acquisition of Nikola Vucevic, which I totally don't understand. This trade is going to make us a championship type caliber of team, and I'm going to show our fans that this move was legit. But for now, let's hand it over to Shaq and Ernie.
Rajon Rondo, he had the ACL and he came back, and let's see what he looks like this time around, Shaq, and see if he's back to being the old Rajon Rondo.
Well, he's at his best when he gets in the lane and creates for his teammates, especially Hall of Fame teammates. Without as many weapons around him last season, that kind of hurt his game a little bit.
The funny thing about his career is when they won a championship the first time, it was like they won it in spite of the fact that he was the point guard, and then it was, hey, they're getting back to the finals because he is the point guard.
Well, this season, working to get back to that elite level is going to be extra hard for Rondo, and he has said that himself.
That'll do it for us from here for now. Thanks for tuning in, folks.
Thank you, Shaq and Ernie. And as we're looking at our new acquisition out here tonight, Nikola Vucevic starting alongside Paul Millsap, Gerald Green, Avery Bradley, and Rajon Rondo. This trade had to be one of the most craziest offers that I've ever received, and of course I want to spend a minute to talk about it, but before I do so, I want to acknowledge a player out here that is not on our team tonight, but that is playing for the Washington Wizards, and that is Paul Pierce. The former Boston Celtic has returned to the Garden, but unfortunately is not rocking the green colorway. He is playing for the opposing team, so yeah, no love lost. We need to get this win tonight. But let's move on and talk about Nikola Vucevic. What a crazy acquisition for my Boston Celtics. That dude, he is getting 20 and 10 in the real NBA, and I'm hoping that we're going to see the same type of production on our team as well. And if it's not the case, basically we let go of two players that are coming off the bench for my roster and two players who haven't really gotten a lot of playing time. And in exchange, we are getting a center who is going to be a starter for our team. A center who has been getting around 19 points per game and 11 rebounds per game for the Orlando Magic. That is huge. And if we're looking at it as the worst case scenario where it leads to us wanting to trade Nikola Vucevic, we are actually in possession of a huge trade asset right now. Look, more teams would be willing to go for a trade that offered Nikola Vucevic compared to Kelly Olynyk. So with that being said, we basically gotten ourselves in a win-win situation. But of course, the win that I'm going for is keeping Nikola Vucevic and going for that NBA championship. But with that being said, let's finally get into this gameplay commentary, because as of now, the Washington Wizards are battling out there, and we definitely need to step up defensively to get our offense going. And right there, that is the perfect example that I'm talking about. Defense leading to offense, and I love seeing alley-oop dunks whenever it comes to offense on our part. But right there, Chris Humphries, no sir, you are not getting that layup to go. Vucevic with the rebound, getting it back to Avery Bradley, and look at Bradley with a huge three-point shot right there, giving us the lead in tonight's game. And as we're now jumping into the second half, I decided to go with a totally new lineup that I haven't really run with before. But look at Paul Pierce right there. Oh my goodness, how did that happen? Giannis knocked over Paul Pierce, Avery Bradley got the loose ball, and look at Paul Pierce all of a sudden warping up to contest the shot that Avery Bradley was going for. I thought that I was going to get a wide open layup, but nah, not with Paul Pierce in the vicinity. But with that being said, back to our lineup. You can see we are running running very small out here tonight. We got Rajon Rondo at the point, Marcus Smart at the 2, Avery Bradley at the 3, Mr. Giannis at the 4, and Paul Millsap at the 5. And so far, this lineup has been deadly because we've been getting a lot of defensive stops and we've been getting a lot of mismatches out here. And talking about mismatches, Rajon Rondo going up against Marcin Gortat, that is an easy mismatch right there. You already know Rajon Rondo, he got that speed advantage. And as I'm trying to run that pick and roll with Nikola Vucevic, Rondo finding the wide open man, and there we go! Nikola Vucevic with his first dunk as a Boston Celtic. Yup, that is beautiful. We already have our new player dunking out there. You already know that is the type of thing that I like to see. Marcus Smart going up against Bradley Beal. His shot gets contested, but look at him going up for that rebound and him being surrounded by 4 jerseys. He finds Giannis wide open at the 3-point line, and that is the type of basketball that I would like the entire world to know us for. Hustle, grit, heart, doing all of the little things out there. Defense, leading to offense, you already know. And as we got Aaron Gordon soaring up for a huge reverse dunk right there, things are looking great out here in Boston. We are now in charge of this game, currently up by 6. Rajon Rondo running another pick and roll, getting it to Paul Millsap. But look at Paul Millsap, seeing the mismatch in the paint. Giannis going up against John Wall right there. That is a huge height advantage that we need to take advantage of. And that is exactly what we did. Paul Pierce, no sir, you are not going to get that bucket to go out here against my Boston Celtics. And as we're back on the attack once again, Gerald Green finishing off our offensive possession with a huge alley-oop dunk. And I'm pretty certain that at this point in time, Paul Pierce must be thinking that he wants to come back to the Boston Celtics. Maybe we can even make that work. I actually haven't really looked into it, but if it is something that you would like to see for this series, make sure to let me know in the comments below. Should we bring back Paul Pierce or maybe even Kevin Garnett to play for these Boston Celtics? How awesome would that be? I mean, yeah, that would be a great storyline right there, bringing both of them back to win another championship in Boston. But like I said, I really haven't looked into it just quite yet. I assume their contracts are going to stand in the way of that happening. But if we can make it happen, why not? Why not actually? That would be nice for the series, you know? But as we're walking away with the win against the Washington Wizards, you can see a great first game for Nikola Vucevic, scoring 10 points and getting 7 boards. And overall, we just had a great team performance. Everyone was on the scoreboard and everyone was basically involved with playing defense, passing around the ball. Just an overall great team performance. And on that note, that is it for tonight's episode. Stay classy, folks. Cheers. Nike.